guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Alex. So today you guys are getting a voiceover because I've wanted to take this video for a while and I finally decided to do it. So anyway, this video is just me telling you about my adventure to India and just a few pictures that I took while I was there. I didn't really take that many photos because I honestly didn't think that many people would be interested, but anyway. So one night I was at our house and I noticed that there were a lot of geckos. Apparently there are a lot of places and sometimes they try to get into shops. At first I was a little kind of scared of them, so I would try to stay far away from them. But after a while you kind of get used to it. So this was actually one of the first photos that I took. I actually started my YouTube channel in India. I started because most of the time I would stay home if my husband had a important work meeting. So in order to pass the time, I would just make videos. And a few things I want to show you guys is if you look behind me, if you see the window and the architecture, a lot of houses have bars on their windows and a lot of the windows don't open, which is very different than being here in US because a lot of our windows do open. They just aren't the typical windows how we open and close them, which was really different from me. And also, if you notice, there's also an outlet, and the lamp behind me, which you might be able to see, my husband got me for our Valentine's Day. So this was the start of my channel. So the next photo is a pretty photo of a bouquet of flowers. This is actually the first set of flowers I've ever gotten. This is flowers that you don't see in US, so when I saw them I instantly fell in love with them. If you look at the blue ones, I have no idea what they're called, so if you guys know, please let me know in the comments below. I've never seen a flower like this, so I do love the type of flowers that are in India because we don't have these types in US here. And the pink one, I don't know if we have or not. I'm not really that familiar with flowers, to be honest. But this is one of the prettiest bouquets I've ever gotten. And honestly, the way it was done, the person made it all by hand. They made the little plastic wrap to put on it all by hand, and I think it was just a few dollars. Either way, it was really, really pretty, and definitely if you go to India, I would recommend getting one of the flower from one of the little shops. It's really, really cool. And another photo is just another angle. As you can see, this was completely done by hand. I was so amazed. Then we decided to go to the mall. I don't remember what it's called, but we went to a few different ones. I talked my husband into going on this little roller coaster ride. The mall was pretty packed, so it was a pretty fun time. I can't wait to go back to this mall. So I decided that I wanted to go out and try to find an Indian suit. So this is on one of the streets. It's definitely very different from US. One thing I did notice is a lot of the signs are in English, which really helped me a lot since I don't know very much Hindi at all. But I'm learning. I'm actually in the process of going through an online course. But this is in Model Town, Punjab, and we were looking for a suit. As you can see, it's pretty crowded. People kind of park wherever they can find a spot, and power lines are kind of everywhere, so that is something that's very different from US. And here is a photo of a cloud that looked really neat, and as you can see, the buildings are a lot different. This photo was actually taken when I was on my way. This was actually a sad day. This was my last day in India, so I was about to go to the airport, and we actually stayed in Delhi for a night with my husband's best friend, so we were leaving his house. So this is the last thing I saw in his city. Here's just another picture. I don't know, the clouds are just so different, and I think it just looks really cool and it's really artistic. Another thing I can tell you is definitely next time I go, I'll be taking more pictures. The food was really interesting. I did get sick a few times because of the things I chose to eat, but definitely butter chicken is one of the best things I've ever tried, and also garlic chicken. For any of you who have tried that, those are really, really great, and a lot of ice cream was cheap. So this is actually a photo that was taken. This is my husband's friend on the right. His name is Rohit. This is actually taken at the airport before I was going to go in. I was looking happy, but honestly, I was really, really upset because this is the last time I saw my husband for about 5 months. And here is actually a suit that I bought. The first one actually is a map of India, and the second one is the one that I bought. I really like it, but unfortunately it ripped, so I can't wear that anymore. Another passion that I found while being in India is I like to draw. So I started learning how to draw when I was there, and I started out really bad, but this is actually one of the most realistic things that I used to draw. My niece also seems to like to draw, but using pen. And drawing is really popular in my family for some reason. A lot of us draw. This was one of the first things I've ever drew. If you guys would like to show you guys a tutorial on how to do this, just let me know. And also when I was there sometimes by myself for a while. So we got a dog. Her name is India. This is her after she grew up a little bit, and this is her as a puppy. Unfortunately, we did have to leave her there because it was just too expensive to bring her back. This is one of the first photos that I got whenever my husband came back. We were separated about 5 months after I left India. How I got to India is another story. This is the first photo that I'm showing of our wedding. I'm actually wearing a lehenga. I know it's not a typical Indian dress, but it was different for everyone here, so I decided to wear this. One of the things I noticed about India, this is actually on a bridge, but I've never seen more beautiful sunsets in my life. India has the most beautiful sunsets I've ever seen. And that's something I definitely do miss. As you can see, the bridge, it kind of just looks like anywhere you would see in US. There's a ton of people, so it's never a dull moment. One thing I did have to get used to is the fact that there's a lot of noise versus where we live now. It's kind of quiet, so we don't really hear any noise at all. And the food was really different. Sometimes it was really spicy and I couldn't eat it. This is actually a photo. It's from Valentine's Day. I decided to take it, and I posted this here because I wanted you to see the bed sheet, because that's kind of like an Indian style in our bedroom. And this was the first photo I took after I got to India. I went from Minnesota to Amsterdam, which was an 8-hour flight. And then I went from Amsterdam to India, which was another 8-hour flight. So at this point, I've been up about 30 some hours because I didn't get any sleep on the flight, and I was so excited to finally see my husband. I kissed him at the airport, and a lot of people were looking at us. Also, fun fact, a lot of people say I look like Pretty Zinta. I'm not sure if I see it or not. Anyway, I didn't get to explore very much of India like I would have liked. Next time I go, I'm definitely going to go to Agra, which is where the Taj Mahal is, and would also like to go near Nepal. I believe there's actually red pandas in that area, and I would just like to see what other kind of areas are in India, like maybe Goa, Mumbai. I did get to go and see a lot of Indian celebrations. I was there during, I don't remember what it's called, but it's when there's like shops set up everywhere and you can like drink a different kind of drink. And I was also there for Holi, so there was color everywhere. That was actually one of the things I've always wanted to see is Holi. However, my husband's dad did pass away, so our family was not celebrating. But it's definitely one of the things I would love to celebrate in India. But because of his dad passing away, we did not celebrate. But it's definitely one of the coolest things I've ever seen. I did get some color and just used it personally because I wanted to see what it was made out of. Apparently it doesn't come off as easily as you think for me. I don't know. Maybe it's just like my skin. I don't know. And this is a typical picture of what you would normally see in India. There's a lot of cows. Sometimes they're on the road just chilling. But all in all, it was a good experience. And next time I go back, I'm definitely going to vlog and take you guys with me. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!